should be an icon at the top that it's like a little person. So it's like a little guy with a head. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the number counter.
How many people are?
Yeah, so if it goes to 1, it should be if I join, which I don't think it's going to allow. Oh, there we go. I need to mute this. Okay. So this is where I'm going to look at questions from. We were 1 minute late. We were 1 minute late. Okay. We are finally live for like the 6th, 8th, 10th time. I've lost track. It says 1. I'm pretty sure that's me. Last time I joined, it said 1, and I thought it was me, and then somebody commented, they left a question, and it still said 1. I have no idea how that works, but it's kind of weird how I can see myself from back here. We always lag on this thing. We are always lagging. So everything I do, it's like 2 seconds behind. It says we're public, right? We were public, weren't we?
I mean, you joined.
One year. Oh, I can actually access more settings. Okay, so in the event it were to just not work out, we would just probably scrap that in and go straight to a video, or I would do a video tomorrow. Thing I don't like about that is I already have a bucket over there filled up. It says 1 on mine. Well, mine's also laggy. Oh yeah, it does say 2. Can I access who that is? No, I cannot. I could probably do that on Instagram. You realize? Do you realize you have to have 1,000 followers just to go live on Instagram?
Wow.
I think YouTube, you just have to be a certain age.
Someone just commented.
We got Henry does baseball. What is up? You are the first comment, my friend. So, for how many people are gonna join, you can already tell by the picture and the title, but we're gonna wait till at least more people get here. Really? I am so laggy. I'm still on 2.
Well, actually, no, we're back to 2. So I think whoever commented just switched.
I am so laggy. All right. Well, you might be able to get closer. You might be able to move that. You can adjust it. It's just, as of now, we're still waiting for people to come in. Yeah, it looks a lot better. This is a very slow thing we're on.
Hey, you got like.
Oh my god, edits, finally. I'm actually surprised you weren't the first person to join. You're like always the first person to join. So I'm just finding out, I don't know how, but I'm just finding out that the purple crown is like the number of, it's like the person with like the top number of comments on a live stream.
Yeah.
And then if somebody, did you know about Troy Tulowitzki's glove? Thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot about that. Troy Tulowitzki's glove. I've yet to look that up. I don't know how I forgot about that, but if I had looked that up, we actually could have used that possibly for today's reshaping method. But it says we have 4. Does it say 5 on there? Or
it just says 4 and 1 line.
This thing does catch up and then it lags like a ton. But as of now, we're currently still waiting. This 4 might be as good as we get. It's like a certain number of people every single time. Everybody, do me a favor. Type out any questions you have, because as of now, we're still currently waiting for more people. If more people don't show, then we might just hop straight into it. Again, it's a live stream. Live streams don't average too much here. A video will be dropping on like the whole, like covering the break-in, and then how the glove feels. Do I like palm stains? Palm stains on certain gloves look good. I feel like blonde palms, or just all blonde gloves in general, those specific. I'm actually a huge fan of blonde palms with palm stains. They have to be good palm stains. I've seen some dirty palm stains that do not look good.
Another guy commented.
I mean, love and it feels a lot better. Two in the pinky, traditional for some reason feels and looks pinky on my new glazing, but then when you pair it with two in the pinky, just feels better. And also, you can close your glove a lot better. Two in the pinky wise, if you go traditional, it like kind of forces you to close up higher. I actually have a lot of trouble keeping a flat palm and getting a 2-inch break in with traditional.
Another guy.
We got 709 ball gloves. He actually commented earlier today. I feel like that was on a short I uploaded a few hours ago. Anyway, glad you could join. Oh gosh, I almost got out of the live stream. I'm not good at managing technology like this. I pushed the wrong buttons at the wrong time. I have no idea why. This is so laggy. It just changed to 5. How long has yours been on 5 for?
I think it actually just turned 5.
I think people thought the thumbnail was a pro preferred. So we have around 5 people. You think the thumbnail, you think from the thumbnail that it's a pro preferred. I wonder why you would think that. It's a mystery. I agree with the fact that it's hard to keep a flat palm with a traditional break. I feel like a one hinge like this is good for a traditional break-in, and then I feel like if you go 2 in the pinky and below, it's better for a 2-hinge. I am a huge fan of 2 hinges because I feel like 2-hinge looks better. 1 hinge feels good because it's just like effortless and you can kind of just like fold down. But with 2 hinges, you have more room. With 1 hinge, you have to have a select pocket, and if you don't have a select pocket, you won't be able to catch it. It'll catch like that.
You got 6.
Oh, nice. That's actually better. Like the last 2 live streams, I think we did it at a bad time because like we had nobody. Okay. What do you think? Should we just jump into it? Because it's gonna take a while. It's 6:28, and this is gonna possibly be it may be our longest live stream yet. If it's not, I'll be genuinely surprised, but we'll probably get into it. Is that the glove you put on Loesch with? How do you know about that? I forgot all about that. Yes, this is the glove I put. It's what I consider my experiment glove. It's a Rawlings Premium Series. Maybe $60. Like I think they're cheaper now because it's like it's got foam on the inside. It's like fabric on the inside, not even real leather. I have no idea how he remembered that. Oh, before we jump into it, every single person watching, if possible, I'm using a mic, and I've had actually problems with the mic. The last 2 videos I made, I didn't do many cuts in between, so it just cut out like at like the 10-minute mark and was out till like the 17th minute mark and just came back on. So please feel free to let me know if the mic just randomly cuts out and you're listening and just hear like this weird audio, because it's going to be iPhone audio. Let me know immediately. Just spam like mic cut out, and I'll try my absolute best to fix it, because I can probably end up fixing it, but I've had a weird problem with the mic cutting out. So if the mic cuts out, we'll have to fix it. If it doesn't cut out, that's great. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the live stream, since I think it went back down to 4. It's kind of wonky. It was just weird 4 minutes ago. My church has that glove, and it's broken in wrong, and it's impossible to fix. So I actually agree. The Premium Series has this weird problem. I don't know if this is the problem with your glove or whoever's glove you're talking about, but like the palm adhesive sucks on these gloves. So I can like, let me know if you can see this. I can pull the palm like from the glove. So I don't know how many people can see that, but it's like I can remove the palm if I wanted to. The palm adhesive is terrible. And on top of that, the inside is just bad. But enough chat about this. This was just to do something with my hands. We actually have the new glove. It was sent over by Blackbeard's Glove Works, a new company. I think it's like a newer company. You can find them on Instagram. Needs to be repaired by Ball Glove King. It actually does. Like, it really does. But it's my experiment glove, so it just get ruined anyway. So now, without further ado, we're just going to get into it. So someone said, think people will think that it's a pro preferred due to the thumbnail. You can hand the glove to me. And that's because it is a pro preferred. I got sent a Rawlings Pro Preferred. It actually was washed and relaced. So we have two tones of lacing, and it feels like high quality. So unlike our precious,
People love it.
unlike our precious $60 little premium series here, we actually have a quality 44 Pro. What am I saying? We have a Rawlings Pro Preferred. I'm so used to saying 44 Pro. I will say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is a $400 some glove. I feel like Rawlings Pro Preferreds, they're $400 now. I don't know about this one, but definitely it's rate this 1 through 10 what you think of it, because it just feels like quality. If you put your hand in this glove and it feels like quality, I will say I am astounded how comfortable it is. I thought it was going to feel like this super just tough glove, because I've actually had a lot of gloves feel like that.
This is 9.1.
9.1, sweet. Actually looks cool. Yeah, so I would definitely say I wish you could put your hand in this glove just because it feels crazy. We have like a crazy thumb loop. I can't show you because it's like shielded, but the thumb loop is like the most padded thumb loop of my entire life. The palm and the entire inside, it's a black palm. The entire inside of the glove is full leather. So unlike foam, it's full leather, and it actually feels sick. So why this live stream is special is because we're actually going to be reshaping it. So we're going through the reshaping process because it was used, I think, I don't know the entire origin story of this glove, but it was used for a certain amount of time, and it has a certain shape right now. It got washed, basically. It got cleaned. So if you don't know about cleaning, if you clean a glove, you're basically just re-wetting the entire thing. The water all seeps into it, so it gets stiffer. And I can definitely tell. It's like a pretty stiff glove. So we're going to be reshaping it. I'm pretty sure, as much as I love going traditional with this thing, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go 2 in the pinky with this. So we're probably going to go 2 in the pinky just because it's easier to close. The pocket, even if I use my special little glass ball here, the pocket is like very shallow. So if I want to catch anything, I'm going to have to like probably go 2 in the pinky. I've always wanted like more variety, like a traditional glove, but right now I don't really see any way I could like save it traditional wise. Starting to get a big glove collection. It feels like that. Like I have less and less space each day for my gloves. It feels like, because I kept a bunch of my small gloves. But without further ado, since it's gonna be a long live stream, we're actually gonna start the break-in process. Break-in, reshape, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna start off with
Guys said, what's the size?
size. This is a 12-inch. I don't believe it's a 12-inch. I think the size got messed up. This feels and looks like it runs like an 11 and a half. Let me know if this looks like 11 and a half, 11.75, because it's a 12-inch, but it does not feel like a 12-inch. It feels tiny.
Yeah, it looks small.
Then again, this is also a 12-inch. This is also small, but it's a youth glove. This is not a youth glove. I don't know. I guess I think that 12 inches are just bigger than they're supposed to be. But our first step in reshaping this is actually going to be getting it wet again. So with something like this, if I were to just take a hammer, which I have our trusty mallet here, if I were to just take this mallet and hit it a bunch, I could make it better, but I can't like completely reshape it. Yeah, it looks like an 11.75 or 12. I think it really looks like an 11.75. But we're going to start with the water. So follow me. So I actually have a bucket right here, and you can actually squat down for a better view. It's filled with slightly warm water. So I'm away from the chat, so don't feel like you have to say a bunch of questions. I'll get back to it in a second, but apparently you're supposed to use room temperature. I've gone over this many times. Before it was hot water. Now everyone says room temperature because it's better for leather. Like I said, I want my own style, so I go just on the warmer side of room temperature. It's not hot in any way. It's room temperature. So we're going to need to be using our little towel at the end. Do to start off is I like to go in this way, and then I end up like kind of rotating it. There's really no special way to do it, but what you do is you just go down. You can come around if you want. And I wait for the bubbles to come out. The bubbles are an indicator that there's, well, obviously air in there. So it's kind of weird because this is the point where I would just like cut all this out. It's just a bunch of waiting for the glove to get wet. But this is like in real time what I do for my reshapes and break-ins. Then we bring it out. And I like to let at least some of the water run off. Most of the water comes from this fur right here because it like soaks it up. See, if I squeeze, that's all from just the wrist. And then I like to go down and immediately come back up because it's all going to go down the fingers, which is I want, but I don't want this thing getting so soaked that it takes like 3 days to dry. And squeeze out the wrist and shake it out. The way I'm doing it, we're going to get a little bit of a mess, but if I was doing this in real life, I'd just be using probably a sink. A sink is easier, and if I was dunking it, like I'd probably just pick somewhere else to dunk because this is slightly on the messy side. I'd probably just pick a different bucket too. This is a small bucket. It's the quickest one I could find, but apart from that, when I'm finally like satisfied that it's not like dripping anymore, or at least the rest of it can just absorb back into the glove, then we take it over and we start our next step. So actually we'll come back over here to our little spot. So I'm going to be putting this off to the side. This is just where I'm getting questions from. I'm going to put it down here.
Yeah, well, the chat pops up when it's done, so I can read it to you.
Yeah, you can ask questions. If I see something, I'll try. That little heart icon where I can like literally like the own live stream, it's in the way. It's like blocking everything. Okay, this right here, it's nothing special. You don't need this. I used to use the floor. So if you like watch, if you subscribed back when I had like 50 subscribers, you know I did a lot of stuff on the floor. We would literally put a mat down and just beat on the floor. The floor is fine. It didn't feel good for my legs, but it's fine. This right here is basically just a wooden stump. I put this like beach mat over it because it's sort of like waterproof. And then a towel just goes over it so we don't have a bunch of water going everywhere. You don't need a stump. You don't need to go cut down a tree to do this. And if you buy a stump, it's like $700. Just find something that you can pound on that's going to be sturdy and not break, obviously. Then I take the glove and I kind of just put my hands in. I just kind of feel like how it could close and how I feel like it wants to close. Because how you want it to close and how the glove wants to close, they can be polar opposites. If they're polar opposites, that's not what you want. You want it to close like how the glove wants to close, but also how you want to close. Meet it in the middle, because if it wants to close like thumb to pointer finger, you want it to close thumb to pinky. It's not going to work out. So the next thing I like doing is I just like doing handwork. Handwork, I find it's actually great. It's not all you have to have this mallet. Handwork is actually like really helpful just to get the glove loosened up. It also gets rid of some of like the original shape. So if it has a crease, it gets rid of that. And then I like to start using my hammer. Why did I call it a hammer? It's a mallet. I like using the glove mallets because I used to use a mallet as well. So you don't need to be prepared. I shaped gloves with the floor and a dumbbell. You can use it, but essentially you can come over here around.
Are you planning on gaming this glove at any position?
Gaming the glove? From what I can think of now, probably not. Like I'm a lefty, so I don't play like infield, especially since I'm in high school now. But I will say this is going to be like just a glove to play catch with. So if I'm just going out to play catch, I'll probably just pick up this thing because this is a nice glove. Anyway, you can come around here. So what I like to do next is I always, for some reason, just start off with the palm right here. So what I'll do is I'll just hit it a bunch because all that crease, it wants to like crease this way. So I just hit right here. And that like completely just glove. Like it looks like a new glove all of a sudden. I do want to have some rolled fingers to get like a bowl effect, but we'll see. I will say with these higher end gloves, reshaping it takes definitely a lot more work. With cheaper gloves, they were like so easy to work with. They took like one day. It was wonderful. But this is gonna be a little harder. So the thumb looked like it had never been messed with. The thumb was kind of just like curling like stock. I'm gonna give it a slight flare, and then gonna give the thumb a flare. So something like this, and I think we'll give it a 2-hinge break-in. But it needs some work right now. So gosh, this thing is loud. This is gonna be a snapper. I will say the heel had some kind of like weird things about it. It was rounded, and I do want a more square heel. So that's where hitting hinges comes in. We're going to talk about that in a bit. I will say I like how it's flattening out though. Like it's a lot wider now. This other's also sticky. Like I don't know why it's sticky, but it is. Also, this is going to sound kind of dumb, but at the same time you do want to do it. You want to hit in the pocket. So like just doing that, it's just going to train the pocket to, well, be a pocket. Because hitting it actually does something. You don't have to like do a bunch of stuff. You're not exactly getting, I don't think you're getting me in frame. I know, that's one of the reasons why I couldn't use a tripod. Anyway, so to roll your fingers, for those that don't know, it's super easy. Just take your hand, put it at the top, and then whatever you're using to pound, hit right there, hit down, and then kind of like push forward. So hit down, push forward, and you'll see in a second that the fingers are now rolled. Because the reason you don't want to just take the glove and like roll it like this is because it's going to create a bunch of wrinkles in the fingers. So you don't want that, but you also don't want to just like leave them straight if you want them rolled. So doing this is like a genius way. You don't get those finger wrinkles, which if you don't care, it's fine. It's your glove, but I generally think that it looks better when the fingers are rolled properly. All right, let me see this thing real quick.
Did Rawlings send you the glove?
Rawlings did not send me the glove. A company called Blackbeard Glove Works sent me the glove. Just look them up on Instagram. You should be able to find them. Drop them a follow because they're getting into glove content. It's actually really nice. They have some pretty nice gloves up on there as well. So I highly recommend you follow them on Instagram. Any comments you see, feel free to ask, because right now I don't have much to do. I will say, it's time to talk about hinges now, and after feeling how it feels like 2-hinge wise, I'm probably going to end up doing that. If I loosen the glove up enough, I can go traditional or tune the pinky, but right now we're going to tune the pinky just to be able to squeeze and close it like so. It's actually coming along pretty nice. This glove is bulky. It's very bulky. So when you hit hinges, it's so easy, but it's one of the biggest things to make your glove look nice. Rather than just trying to hit your glove a ton, take the finger, and then where the finger and the palm meet, fold it, and fold it however you want. I want it to go somewhere like thumb to ring, thumb between thumb and ring. That's not true. Ring and pinky. Fold it down, and then just hit right there. Actually, I should untie these laces. That's something I didn't mention. If you're going to be breaking your glove in or reshaping, pounding whatsoever, untie the laces like this. Because if you don't, it's going to smash them, and then they end up looking like terrible. I've seen some gloves like that. They don't look good. So then hit down here. Did I ask them to send the glove? I actually did not. He reached out to me. He just emailed me kind of randomly and just said, we'd like to send you a glove. And I'm like, heck yeah, I'd love a glove. So that's how that came about, which is why definitely recommend you go check them out on Instagram. I'm not aware if they have a YouTube channel or not, but I do know they're on Instagram. Find them on Instagram. So then for the thumb, you're just going to want to do the exact same thing. Bring it down, and you want to bring it down however you're going to close it. So if you want to close thumb to pinky, bring it down here. I'm going to bring it down here because I don't want it to close thumb to pinky, and I just hit down at the bottom right here. Okay, so obviously this glove is going to take like a lot longer. It's currently 6:46, so people are still hanging out. I'm surprised. So we're obviously not going to show like the entire breaking process. I'm going to have to do a ton of work off camera. But here's what we're looking at. Tell me if you can even recognize the glove now. It's like square. Like, let me know if you think this looks nice or if the old shape looked nicer. But I'm actually like a huge fan of how square it is. It kind of reminds me of like those square Japanese gloves. That's sick. I agree. Like some gloves, they just mold like really, really nice. And then once you have the shape you want and it's loose enough, just leave it alone. Just go put it up to dry. Don't bother with like trying to make it perfect. Oh, maybe that could be just a little bit better because then you end up ruining it. And I know from experience, I've done that multiple times.
Another guy asked if you'll game this glove.
Okay, so whether or not I'll game the glove, I probably might game it like pitching wise. It's not the greatest pitching web. I might just game for the fun of it. But other than that, it's gonna be like a just play catch glove. And I'm gonna use it for content, obviously. It's a Rawlings Pro Preferred, and I've always wanted to own one of these. They're just beautiful gloves. Tell me if all Rawlings Pro Preferreds use Japanese kip leather, because that's what I've heard. That's the impression I'm under. Let me know if they all use Japanese kip, because if so, that makes me love this glove even more.
I said a lot of pitchers use that web filter.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've seen a lot of pitchers use other webs, but I feel like you could still see the grip through that. So that's why, in case anyone isn't aware, the only reason pitchers have webs like this is because they don't want the batters seeing their grip because you can't see anything. And if you could see that I'm throwing a curveball, then you'll know a curveball is coming. That's the only reason they have those special types of webs. So if this is a pitcher's web, I might just game this on the mound because I like having variety. Like if I have an extra glove for a position, I'm absolutely going to use it.
So shiny, I noticed that.
Yeah, the Pro Preferreds from Rawlings are like the shiniest things ever. They're glossy, especially their black. Their black is like insane how glossy it is. In certain areas it's not, but like this thing is like shimmering. It's shimmering from my view. It's probably not shimmering from that your view, but
Oh no, you can see it shining on the camera.
look at how wide this is. So it's loosening up like it should. The two gloves I got before, the 44 Pro and then our Japanese Yabai, they were rocks, and they took me like 3 days to break in.
Like I just counted, it looks shiny from here.
It looks. This must be the shiniest thing ever. Like, hold on. Okay, it is actually very shiny. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, this thing is glossy. Yeah, 44 Pros. Why do I keep saying 44? It's a Pro Preferred. Pro Preferreds are. I've known that they're shiny. Like a guy, one of my teammates randomly got a Pro Preferred, and it was the shiniest thing I've ever seen. So if you want to deepen a pocket, this is where I come to next after I'm a little satisfied with the hinges. What you want to do is do a rollover. It's the rollover method, apparently. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your glove down and you're going to swing the mallet into the pocket like this and close it. So like this. This is going to be a loud glove.
So loud and catchable.
Oh, wow. I'm liking this. Like, this glove doesn't need a double lace palm.
You should get a Wilson glove soon.
I'm hoping, like, I would love Wilson's. I'm hoping to get a Wilson glove because Wilson's, I've wanted to try Wilson out for so long. I've been a Rawlings guy for a very long time. Mizuno, the Mizuno franchise, very impressed me a lot though. So
Guy commented that form.
where? Oh, money sign. Yeah, the form I would say is looking sweet. I haven't had a glove that's like taken on form so easy. This thing is like Play-Doh. It just like molds perfectly. It's also pretty wide.
Another guy commented something about the web.
Let me actually check that out. One of my friend's gloves has a cross web and the ball almost goes through. Okay. Cross web. It can either be called a cross web, but I think it's also called an eye web. Basically, actually, no, it is called a cross web. I'm thinking of an eye web. Cross webs and eye webs, I'd be careful with them because the web itself can be good for infield. That's where you see it. You see it in infield. But if the brand that makes the glove kind of messes up, it doesn't make it great, makes it too big, you can end up like missing. So the Rawlings R9, which is like $109, $110. I'm probably wrong. It's probably like 120. Essentially, it's a very cheap glove. It's eye web, the ball passes through. So you have to be very careful. Not very, very careful if you're getting something like this, but you have to be careful, more careful than something like this. I don't have to worry about this.
Someone said, personally, I love the crossword.
Yeah, a lot of people love the web, and there's nothing wrong with the web specifically. It's just making sure the glove you're buying, like the brand or the model you're buying from, is a good glove. Also a good model and a good brand, because if it's like a ton of people are saying it's going through, it's probably going to go through. You can't like tighten the web part, like the space between the webs, you can't tighten that. So however big they make it, that's what you're going to end up with.
I said he had a Rawlings with a palm stain.
Oh, Rawlings with a palm stain? I've seen plenty of Rawlings with palm stains, and they look really good, especially with like the colorway. It works good. This thing obviously is not going to get a palm stain because it's black. It's not going to show up. But I might have to think about doing a palm stain for either my 44 Pro or the Yabai. I feel like the 44 Pro will work because it's got brown on the back.
He said Rawlings is also blue.
Is what?
Is also blue.
The Rawlings glove is also blue.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's kind of weird. I've never seen I haven't seen too many blue Rawlingses. But when I do see them, they do look nice. I saw blue and blonde Rawlings once. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I think a guy that played for Pottstown had it, so that's kind of why. Fellas. This shape is looking beautiful. I have like it's like right angles. And the close is going to go thumb pinky. I'm actually stoked with my decision to go to hinge and to in the pinky. I'll probably end up being able to go traditional as well, finger out. So since we got to speed this along just to not make the live stream 5 hours, in the sense that everything was loosened up and I was happy with the way the glove was closing, we would move on to breaking in the web. And that's where this thing comes in handy. This beautiful thing is a solid glass ball. It's like 100% glass. It's solid glass. And it's in the size of a baseball. Type in 70 millimeter glass ball because that's like the closest the glass balls get to the size of a baseball. If you're doing it for softball, get like 90. That'll be closer to a softball size. But all you do is literally catch it in the pocket. So just like this. I would definitely caution you to be careful because if you miss and throw it, it could shatter. So be careful with it. But these are sick at breaking in webs. Like pockets, like all the same. They're like this thing just barrels in. I will show you here though. With this, say you want it to break in an infield pocket, you're gonna want to aim like right there. So essentially for the Pro Preferred logo, so you're gonna want to catch it like right there. And then for your regular pocket, aim up there and throw up there. But like this is breaking in nice. I will say the thumb on this glove, in case you didn't know, it's pretty, like really thick. So spend more time on the thumb than the pinky because this side is pretty loose. It's like almost perfect, but this side is still stiff, so I got to do a ton more work. And don't just hit in the same spot. Pull it over a tiny bit, and then hit it there. Pull it back a tiny bit, hit it there, because it's going to loosen up your hinge rather than just making this weird crease.
This whole glove looks really padded.
Yeah, it's a thick glove. Like, this thing is thick and chunky.
Like, you shouldn't have any sting when you kept it.
Well, I'd hope not, because I'm generally surprised at how comfortable this is. Like, good job, Rawlings. $400 glove, and it's comfortable. I thought it was gonna feel like a tank. This is a tank. It feels like a tank, but it's a comfy tank. So essentially, just do a bunch of these. It's gonna deepen the pocket, and I'm gonna do a ton of work off camera so that when we film the video, it's like pristine. But apart from that, there's not much more to the breaking process other than just hitting the palm, rolling the fingers, and hitting hinges. Hitting hinges. Just keep hitting hinges, and your glove will break in nice. Also, if your glove is not broken in, if it's a new glove and not reshaping, hit up here. Hit the web, because the web can be stiff. So what you would essentially do is you would just hit and roll like this. So you would roll it back, hit it, roll it forward, and then go up and down the web. Obviously, this web is going to be kind of weird because it's like 90% lace. But just do all up here, roll it back. Your glove is going to like get a bit of a weird shape after doing this. Don't think about that. Just break in the web, and then when you're done, you can fix your shape and make it perfect. It's hard for me because I'm like a perfectionist. So I want everything to look perfect as I'm doing it. It's kind of hard, but ignore the fact that your glove might take a weird shape and then break in the web. But apart from that, there's not like many more steps to breaking a glove. I can tell you a million things to make it like perfect, but you don't need to know those. Those are just like add-on details. That shape is reminding me of your Yubai. Okay, I actually thoroughly agree. So I tightened the laces on my Yubai, and it just fixed the glove. I had so many problems with the glove because the laces were too loose. I didn't know it. So I tightened the laces. I ended up having to clip it because it got like so super long, and it just fixed the shape somehow. This has tighter laces, and the shape is kind of beautiful. I don't know how that works. I don't know if there's correlation with that, but it's feeling supreme right now. And it's only going to get better. I have a feeling I'm going to be like, I'm really going to like this breaking. So good job, Rawlings, because this thing feels nice. Like $400 glove, I've always thought what those things would feel like. This feels nice. Someone explained to me though why it's sticky. Like, listen to this. I don't know what that is. It's not my mallet. It's the glove, but for some reason it's sticky on the palm. Maybe he used adhesive. I can kind of feel like kind of like a sticky. It's probably a leftover spray, and I don't even know it. But essentially, we're just about done here, so we can almost end the live stream. I'm gonna say this is near perfect. Like, we actually were able to break it in a tiny bit on live, which I didn't think we were gonna do. If it was the Yubai, we'd be here till midnight to get half of those results. So I don't know why I put this down. Essentially, what you would do afterwards is you would put it away, you would let it dry. Don't rush it. Don't be like, the inside's still wet, let me go. Let it dry, and then once it's dry, then you're gonna condition it. And I actually have conditioner with me. Oh wait, it's over here. I have conditioner right here. It's Sarna. So some of the best conditioner you can buy. I think it's like that or Ball Player's Balm. Essentially what you would do is, I like wearing a glove just because it's not like made for human skin, but when it's completely dry, you would condition it all up. You would make sure the entire glove is hydrated, because when the water evaporates, the leather gets drier. It's just like skin. If you wash your hands and you don't put like lotion or anything on, they get dry. And then you would re-break it in. So I'm going to tell you this really quick. You're going to do all this work to the glove, and then when it dries, it's going to be like this again. But then you take like a few hacks like this, and then you would do this, and you would just kind of move the glove around a bit, and then it's already been conditioned. And then after that, you just go play catch to game, like season it, make a game a broken glove or a reshaped glove. So
Yeah, I'll play catch with you.
definitely, and then you have a definitely play catch afterwards. But this is about the shape we're looking at. Let me know whether or not I should use these glove clips. I got glove clips, so they would go on the laces. But essentially, this is the shape we're gonna kind of stick with. We're just gonna make it like looser. So that's about it for the glove. That's like literally what I do with all my gloves. It's not like this crazy process that takes days. If it's a super stiff glove, yes, but Rawlings and their Pro Preferred, I'm thoroughly impressed with this glove because it feels superb. So before we end the live stream, because we've been going for a very long time, I'm gonna see if I can get this thing back up here without falling. Any last questions, feel free to ask them before we end the live stream because 7:01. We started at 6:20. So we actually haven't been going as long as I thought.
41 minutes.
Yeah, around 41 minutes. Oh, wow. I definitely missed a lot. Heart of the hides are steer hide. Yeah, I actually heard that. Fully kipped leather. I knew I wasn't joking. So apparently these are Japanese kip leather. I'm actually a huge fan of kip because apparently it's lighter. So when this dries, it's not going to be nearly as heavy. It's heavy now because it's got water. But yeah, we averaged like the same amount of people the entire time. I thought for sure we were gonna have like one person, and that was gonna be me. All right, I think we're like just about ready to end this. I will say this thing was like worth the purchase because this is like amazing at just drilling a pocket. But yeah, okay. So to everyone who joined, thank you so much. The long form video on this is going to be dropping. I'm going to start working on it the minute this thing dries. We're going to finish the break-in off camera. And basically, this is going to be the shape around the shape. We're going to keep it like this, just going to break it in more. And then we're going to be reviewing this. Probably going to try and get creative, see if we can do like something cool for the review video because I want to spend time on this because this is a really, really nice glove. But to everyone who joined and stayed on the live stream, thank you so much. And we're probably going to end it now. So peace out. It's going to take me a minute to end this.